Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Thank you for the confirmations here, Ryan. All right. So thank you for joining this class. My name is Chris. Together during this web class, we'll have a look at the headings. So reading strategies, how to complete headings. Are you guys familiar with headings? Have you completed any heading exercise before? Have you taken IELTS before? All right, so Eileen has already taken IELTS and okay. And Eileen is saying that it was a long time ago. IELTS hasn't changed too much in almost 15 years. It's pretty much the same test. So in terms of format and questions, it's pretty much the same. And I'm not sure, Cyrene, if I'm pronouncing your name all right, but Cyrene has not taken IELTS. So this is an example of a heading. What IELTS does, IELTS gives you a list of headings and it asks you to find the appropriate heading for the paragraph. Usually there are more headings than paragraphs. This type of exercise can be really challenging for test takers. It's pretty confusing. And what we'll do during the class today, first I'll get you to complete a heading exercise. You will share the answers. We'll see what you did right, what you did wrong, and then we will see how we can improve your reading skills by focusing on certain reading strategies. So you should have received a bunch of PDF files. It's not this one, but it's this one actually. So, and that's what I want you to do right now. If you don't mind, can you please open this PDF file, the one I'm displaying? So open this PDF file, please. And when you're ready, let me know. Welcome, Sudeep. How are you doing? So the very first page, this page here, it's a reading exercise. The headings are displayed here, and you are required to find the right heading for each of these paragraphs. So paragraph A to F, there are 6 questions, and I'll give you around 10 to 12 minutes to complete this exercise. Then we'll talk about them together, what you did and what we can do to improve our performance with this type of exercise. So around 10 minutes, please complete this exercise. Another time, these are the headings IELTS gives you. These are the paragraphs. You do need to find the right heading for each paragraph. Once you are ready, share the answers with me, please, via the chat. Is it clear, guys, what you have to do? Sudeep, Cyrene, Eileen, are you clear? Yes. Oh, you've already done. Eileen has already done this. Cyrene, thank you for the confirmation. And Sudeep, is it clear? Can you hear me? Sudeep, can you hear me? All right. It seems like Sudeep. Uh, Sudeep, this is a web class. So this is not in person, it's online. And during this class, we are seeing the strategies how to complete headings. If you want, please complete this exercise and then we'll talk about it later. Yeah, Eileen, if you have already completed the first one, why don't you share the answers with me? And Cyrene, whenever you are ready, share the answers with me, please. No worries, Adip. Thank you, Eileen. Eileen, I want you to work again on number 15, number 16, number 17, and number 18. So number 14 and 19 are correct. The others are not correct. So I'll give you some more time. Work again with 15, 16, 17, and 18. No worries. And Cyrene, when you are ready, just share the answers with me. And after that, we'll see what we can do. Sadip is a free web class, so yes, of course you can. Sadip, if you are attending the class, it might be a good idea to complete the first exercise. This will help you understand the strategies better. So if you've got time, please complete the first exercise, the one I am displaying. Nidhi, welcome. How are you doing? Can you hear me? Nidhi, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me, Nidhi, but just to clarify, the participants are completing the first exercise that is being displayed right now. If you can complete the first 2 or 3 of them, that would be lovely. After that, we will talk about the strategies. So just the first 2, perhaps, because we don't have time to complete all of them.
I can hear you, but do you have any classes tomorrow? Because I am outside right now.
No, the web class is only once a month. So we don't have web classes every day.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Cyrene, thank you for sharing. Your first one, you've got the good. Number 14 is good. Number 15 is wrong. Did you complete only the first 2, Cyrene? All right, that's okay. That will give you an idea. That's good enough to give you an idea. So this is how heading works. And right now, let us talk about difficulties. So you got some of them wrong and some of them right. And that's okay. That's what you are here for the strategies. Now, did you have any particular difficulty, any challenge completing the headings? And if you guys want, you can use the mic. Actually, we are a very small group, so you can use the mic to communicate directly. You can actually talk or via the chat, whatever works for you. So Eileen, did you have any particular challenge?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect then. Yeah, I have the challenge. Like for me, it looks like the same. So I don't know. I'm not sure if my answer right or wrong.
Right, you've got a point there. The headings are quite similar to each other, and they can be confusing. And what about you, Cyrene? Did you have any particular challenge? All right. So the main problems, the main difficulties that students might have. Yes, Cyrene is saying yes, is communicating via the chat. Yes, for me all. All right. So the main problems that students do have here is, first of all, they read much more than they are supposed to. And you don't know where to find the answer. And also, as Eileen said, headings can be very confusing. Now, what did you do when you completed this exercise? Did you do the first one, the second one, the third one, or the fourth one? Eileen, how did you approach this exercise? What did you do?
I look at the question first, look at the question, and I look at the article, and then start focus on section A. So look at the section A and then see which one is the right answer for the section A.
All right, so you mean you first read all this, right?
Yeah, I look at the
Okay,
question first and the article, and then more focus on section A to find the answer, which main words that.
All right, but in section A, did you read the first sentence, the last sentence, the whole paragraph? Which of these did you do, A, B, C, or D?
This section.
So in section A,
I look at just section A or the whole paragraph.
So you read the whole section A?
Yeah, the whole section A, yeah.
Right, okay. And Eileen is saying pretty much the same. Cyrene, yes, Cyrene is saying pretty much the same. So Cyrene follows the same approach. First, look at the heading, then read the body paragraph, the whole body paragraph. Now, what we're doing together, very simple exercise. So this is the first sentence of a body paragraph. And what I want you to do right now is think of the second sentence. What do you think, in what way the second sentence reads? What's the second sentence? What can it be? Can you think of a second sentence? It's no right or wrong answer, actually. The paragraph can continue in different ways. Just what do you think?
The second sentence.
Yeah, how do you think this paragraph continues? And yes, Irene is suggesting the second sentence. Mona Lisa is an Italian. Mona Lisa is an Italian woman? Is an Italian woman, yeah. Mona Lisa is an Italian woman painted by an Italian artist. Okay, that can be. Say Mona Lisa is an Italian woman painted by an Italian artist. And what about you, Eileen? Do you have any idea?
I'm sorry, which article we are reading? I thought the first article about population movement and genetics.
We are doing that one, but first we are working with strategies. So you can see my screen, right? The Mona Lisa. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, the Mona Lisa, yes.
All right, so we are preparing for the strategies right now. So let's see how we can find the headings. And in order to understand the strategies, I want you to complete this simple exercise. So this is the first sentence of a body paragraph. What do you think in what way do you think this body paragraph continues? Can you think of the second sentence?
The second sentence, I think, is why Mona Lisa is become very famous, the painting right now.
All right, so it can be something like Mona Lisa is one of the most famous paintings in the world and is viewed every day by thousands of people. Yeah, that can be. Now, this simple exercise will help us with understanding headings and at the same time will help us with understanding body paragraphs, how body paragraphs work in IELTS. In IELTS, you have to write an essay. And when you write an essay, you do need a topic sentence. And when you write a topic sentence, every topic sentence has got two parts. The first part is this part here, the subject. The subject of the sentence is also the topic of the topic sentence. The subject of the sentence in this case is Mona Lisa. So this sentence is telling you something about Mona Lisa. And then we have the controlling idea. The controlling idea is the object of the sentence or controlling idea. So when you write a body paragraph in IELTS, every body paragraph of yours needs to have a subject, which is a topic, and a controlling idea, which is your idea. The subject is usually given by the IELTS question, and the topic or the controlling idea is your idea. Now, this is important in writing, and at the same time, this is important in reading. So what we do when we read the first sentence of the body paragraph, we ask ourselves, what is the topic here? The topic is telling us something. What's the topic in this sentence? What's the subject? The subject is? What's the subject of the sentence, guys?
A woman by the Italian
Mona
artist.
Lisa, right? Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa is the subject. So Mona Lisa is the most important thing. The subject is really very, very important because all the sentence is about the subject, actually. So it's the most important thing that the most important part of the sentence is a subject. And the object is Leonardo da Vinci. So this sentence is telling you something about Mona Lisa and Leonardo da Vinci. When we speak and when we write, what happens in IELTS is, this is the second sentence. Okay, so in a minute, I'll display the second sentence. Here it comes. So we've got the subject and we've got the object. And the second sentence, this is the actual second sentence. So when we speak and when we write in English and in all languages, basically, not only in English, what we do, we very often go back to the subject to create coherence, to create the link. So this sentence is telling you, it's starting with the painting, blah, 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 is believed to have been painted between. This is important for headings. So you read the first sentence and you ask yourself, what's the main idea here? The main idea is Mona Lisa. You read the second sentence. What's the main idea in the second sentence? The main idea is the painting, which is Mona Lisa again. So Mona Lisa is the focus of sentence 1. Mona Lisa is the focus of sentence 2. You don't need to read any further because this paragraph is very clear about Mona Lisa. So again, you read the first sentence, you ask yourself, what is this sentence telling me? In this case, this sentence is telling me something about Mona Lisa, right?
Yes.
You read the second sentence, and again, you ask yourself, what is the focus of this sentence? The painting, which goes back to Mona Lisa, this sentence is telling you again something about Mona Lisa. In this case, you're pretty sure this paragraph is about Mona Lisa, so the heading is about Mona Lisa. There is no need to read anymore, because the more you read, the more you are exposed to new ideas, the more difficult it becomes. What is happening in this case? What's the focus of the first sentence? The focus of the first sentence is the subject again, is Mona Lisa, right?
Yes.
What's the focus of the second sentence? Is that Mona Lisa or Da Vinci?
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci, we are shifting, right? So the author, the writer, is shifting the focus. And you are like, the first sentence tells me something about Mona Lisa. The second sentence tells me something about Da Vinci. That's not the same focus. The focus is changing. So what is this paragraph about, Mona Lisa or Da Vinci?
Da Vinci.
We actually don't know that. We need to read the third sentence, and in the third sentence, the author will go back either to Mona Lisa or to Da Vinci. So what I want you to understand here is read the sentences one by one. That's the first thing. When you read the first sentence, ask yourself, what is this sentence? What is this sentence about? What's the focus here? And the subject is very important. The subject will help you a lot. You do the same thing with the second sentence. You read it, you ask yourself, what's the focus here? If you have the same focus in sentence 1 and sentence 2, you don't need to go any further. That's the main idea. If the focus changes in sentence 2, in that case, you do need to read the third sentence to understand what this paragraph is about. Now, what happens in IELTS? IELTS on purpose uses compound sentences. Compound sentences are 2 sentences or 3 sentences together. One of them is the main sentence, the other is a secondary sentence, a helping sentence. When you have long sentences, you do need to understand which one is the main sentence, because the main sentence carries meaning. The secondary sentences, the helping sentences, are there just to distract you. So in this sentence, which one is the main sentence? Which one do you think is the main sentence here?
About the picture?
No. The main sentence carries meaning. which means you read it and you understand what it means. Whereas secondary sentences do not carry meaning. So if you read a dark side to this picture, you don't really understand what we're talking about. The main sentence here is half of the world population still suffers. So this is a sentence that is important, actually. All the other parts of the sentence are just like blah, 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 blah. You don't need to know. You don't need to understand this. You only need to understand the central idea. So again, when you have a long sentence like this, try to identify the main sentence, and the main sentence is the one that carries meaning, which means you understand what it says. If you read the other sentence with water services inferior to those available, you don't fully understand this because it's not a main sentence. And what is the main sentence here?
Resource planners think about water.
That is correct. So the way resource planners think about water is changing. The way resource planners think about water is changing. So that's what we're doing then. These are the steps to follow for headings. We don't need to read the headings first. That will be just this, like it will not be helping you because there are so many ideas and you don't need all these ideas right now. So the first thing you do, you read the first sentence of the paragraph and you ask yourself, what is this sentence telling me? If it is a long sentence, just identify the main sentence because the main sentence carries meaning. All the other secondary sentences are there to distract you. Then you read the second sentence and you ask yourself again, what's the main idea in this sentence? This will help you identify the focus. If you have the same focus in sentence 1 and sentence 2, you've got the heading. You don't need to go any further. If the focus changes, you need to read the third sentence, and in a few cases, the fourth sentence actually, to understand what the paragraph is about. The most important thing, never give the answer unless you have a synonym. So a word or two words in the headings said in synonyms in the first and in the second sentence. And we will complete one exercise together right now to illustrate all these points. So we're going back to this PDF file. And we are working with this file here. So we need the heading for these paragraphs. And as I said, there is no need to read the headings beforehand. That will not help you. The first thing to do here is there is an example which is given for you. In case you find an example, just cross off. So number 3, cross it off because the examples are never repeated in IELTS. So that's the first thing that you do. Then we need the heading for paragraph A. And we go to paragraph A. What do we do? Do we read the first sentence or the whole paragraph? What do we do?
Read the first sentence first.
Yes, we read the first sentence first. So I will illustrate the first one and perhaps the second one. And then if you want, you can jump in and we can do it together. So the subject is extremely important. And one thing very, very important in IELTS reading, not only with this type of exercise, but with all type of exercises, try to simplify it. So don't try to understand every single word because that's too much and it doesn't help you. Basically, you read this sentence and you are like, this sentence talks about humanity, right? History of humanity linked with history of water resources, right?
Yes.
So you see how I didn't really pay attention to all this? I read the sentence, I paid attention to the subject, history of humanity, and manipulate water resources. So that's the focus of the first sentence. History of humanity, manipulate water resources. I go back to headings. Scientist, yes or no?
No.
Reduce water use, yes or no?
No.
Global challenge,
No.
irrigation. If you're not sure, always go back. What does it say? History of humanity, manipulate water resources. Do we have irrigation? Yes or no?
No.
No, there is no irrigation.
No,
Just
no
history of humanity, manipulate water resources.
No.
Financial cost,
No.
health,
No.
increasing population,
No.
downward trend in water,
Downward. No.
need to raise standards. If you're not sure, always go back. History, humanity, manipulate water resources. Yes or no?
Yes. I want
Where is raise standards? Show me where is raise standards.
no, there's no reason.
Okay, no, we don't have it. So the answer should always be in the text, never in your head. That is number one. So the answer should be in the text. I carry on. Description of ancient water supplies.
Yes, description of ancient ones.
Why?
It's because history, discovered
History and ancient, right? History and ancient are synonyms. So I've got a reason here. History, ancient.
Ancient, the history.
Okay, but I'm not giving the answer without any reason. Does it make sense? So that is how we complete. We'll carry on with the others. Okay, I need the heading for paragraph. Which paragraph? Paragraph C.
Paragraph C.
I read the first one. So again, this is a compound sentence, right? This is a long sentence. When we have a long sentence, we need to find the main sentence. Which is the main sentence here? This one here. So people suffer, right?
Oh yeah, population still.
People suffer. And on purpose, IELTS is using these long sentences to distract you, basically. So these are like blah, blah, blah words, so that you are like, oh my gosh, what is this about? But the main sentence is people suffer. That's all what you need to know. People suffer. We go back to headings. And I'm not even reading these ones because that's too much and they don't help me. They only complicate my task. Does it make sense, guys? All right, so I go here.
Suffer.
Scientist, yes or no?
No.
Reduced water?
No.
Global challenge? No, we don't need global challenge because it's the example. So irrigation system?
No.
What is the sentence telling you another time? The sentence is telling you
people suffer.
People suffer. We don't have irrigation or anything, right? Only people suffer. Environment?
No.
Financial cost? Yes or no?
No. Financial, no.
Relevance to health?
Mm, might be because people suffer, might be. Oh, no.
People suffer, we don't have anything,
No,
right?
no,
We
nothing
just
with
said
health, yes,
people
no.
suffer, we don't have health, we don't have anything. Increasing population, increasing,
No.
concern over increasing,
No.
downward trend.
Trend demand for order. Yes.
Why? Where is people suffer here? Show me.
Oh, no.
Where is people suffer? Which of these words means people suffer?
Downward,
Downward trend?
a surprising downward.
Downward trend and people suffer, are they synonyms?
Mm,
No, people suffer is
no.
people suffer. Then need to raise standards and people suffer, are they the same? Yes or no? Guys?
No.
So we've got nothing. The most important thing is do not give the answer. You need to find people suffering here, right? And the answer is never in your head. The answer is always in here. We've got nothing in the first sentence. We carry on. We read the second sentence. What is the second sentence saying? What is the main sentence in the second sentence? This is the main sentence. We've got two main sentences. So what's the main idea here? The main idea is
like access to clean water, drinking water
and sanitation services.
Sanitation.
So people suffer because they don't have sanitation services and clean drinking water, right?
Yes.
So drinking water and sanitation services. Do you know the meaning of sanitation?
They don't have a like system like good system for the cleaning water.
All right. Scientists, yes or no?
No, I don't know.
Reduced water, yes or no?
Reduce. No. No. Reduce.
Irrigation system, yes or no? If you're not sure, go back. What does it tell you? It tells you simply no cleaning water, no sanitation services. Do we have irrigation?
Irrigation fall into this use.
No.
We don't have irrigation at all. Environment, do we have environment? Yes or no, guys? It's very straight.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So we do not have environment nowhere. You cannot say yes because it's not there. All right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we carry on. The next one is financial cost. Do we have financial cost?
No.
No.
Relevance to health. Do we have health?
No.
No.
Increasing population. Do you have increasing
No.
population?
No.
Downward trend? Yes or no? In demand for water?
It should be, maybe.
Which one is? Show me which part. So we are here. Which part?
Lack access.
Lack access to cleaning water, clean drinking water.
So lack access to cleaning water means you don't have water, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't have water, but this sentence is saying downward trend in demand for water. Do you understand this? It's a downward trend. So people are not using much water.
Oh.
So this is not the correct sentence. Yeah.
No, because this is people are not using water.
Sure.
Need to raise standards, yes or no?
No.
No. Again, the most important thing, guys, unless you find ancient and history, which means unless you have a reason, never give the answer. So we read the second sentence, no answers at all because we don't have a synonym. In the third sentence, what do we have?
Disease, kill.
So what are we talking about?
Health.
All right, here we go. So we're talking about health. Why? Because we have diseases, etc., right?
Yeah.
So in the first one, ancient history, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
In this one, health, diseases. So we have a very good reason. If you do this, if you find the reason, but it can't be like it's environment. But, and I ask you, where is environment here? You go like, I don't know. Do you understand what I mean? Did you get it?
Yes.
So you cannot say here it's environment because you don't have environment here. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We need the heading for the next paragraph. What's the main sentence here? What's the main idea? The first sentence, again, read the sentences one by one, never read two sentences together. What's the first sentence saying?
Water policy.
And human
Consequences
health,
of water
right?
policy and human health. Yeah.
And human health. Now you read human health here, and IELTS on purpose uses human health in the headings, uses health in the headings, right?
Yes.
That is on purpose to get you confused. When we talked about Mona Lisa, so let me go back here for a moment. Here we said that in your writing, you need to have a topic sentence. The topic sentence is about, so the topic sentence has got a topic, in this case, Mona Lisa, and a controlling idea. In this case, the artist, Da Vinci. In the rest of your body paragraph, all what you have to do is you go back to Mona Lisa and you go back to Da Vinci. So this is the body paragraph in IELTS writing. You need to explain the controlling idea and you need to go back to the subject. Now, Mona Lisa is the main idea here, right?
Yes.
How many times will Mona Lisa be mentioned in the rest of the body?
Several times.
Several times.
Several times.
You cannot have a body paragraph about Mona Lisa without mentioning Mona Lisa. That is impossible. Does it make sense?
Yes.
And also a couple of times you also need to mention Da Vinci because Da Vinci is the controlling idea. So basically this paragraph is about Mona Lisa and Da Vinci. That's what you explain. Now, going back to the file we were working with. So here IELTS on purpose is using health in the first sentence. Now, how many times can you see health in the rest of the body paragraph or a synonym for health? Read it very quickly just for health or synonyms.
Not much, only one, I think.
So it's nowhere. So
Yeah.
do you think this body paragraph is about health? Can it be?
No.
No, no.
It's 100% impossible.
Mm.
A body paragraph where you don't repeat the main idea is impossible in English. So this is because the first sentence here is a linking sentence. The first sentence, very often when we write IELTS essays or when we write in general, we also need to link the body paragraphs. And sometimes we link the sentences so that it's coherent. So human health, this sentence is telling you that human health is discussed in this paragraph. Does it make sense?
True.
Yeah.
Which means the second sentence is the important sentence for me. Read the second sentence. What's the main idea here? Just the main idea, not secondary ideas.
Move their homes.
Yes, so many people forced to leave their homes, right?
Mhm.
To build reservoirs. So many people forced to leave their homes to build reservoirs. Let's go back. Scientists, yes or no?
No,
Reduced water, yes or no?
no,
No.
no,
Irrigation,
no,
No.
environment,
no,
financial,
no.
increasing population.
Because no.
No.
It's moving.
So it's
Yeah,
saying
no.
so many people move to
Moving.
their homes,
So no.
right?
Yeah.
Downward trend.
Downward.
Mm,
Yes or no?
no.
No.
Because the
So
people
many
say
people.
moving.
So again, stick with what reading is saying. Reading is saying so many people forced to move their homes, right?
Yes.
No interpretation. Need to rate standards, yes or no?
No.
No.
No, nothing. So we go back.
Moving.
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
Ecosystems, species.
About the threat of water.
So what are we talking
Lack of
about?
water.
Are we talking about history,
No.
marriage? What are we talking about?
We're talking about fish species and they are threatened
So what is that?
ecosystems.
Is that health?
No,
No,
it's not health, it's not health.
So what is it?
Environment.
it should be environment.
Environment. We are talking about environment. Why? Because ecosystem, endangered, these are words typically used when we talk about environment. All right?
Yes.
So we've got the answer for this one too. This one is environment.
Environment.
You understand why, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, because there is a
Because there are so many words. Threat and ecosystem, they endanger. These are words typically used when we talk about environment. What's the main sentence in paragraph E?
resource.
So the way resource planners think is changing, right? The way resource planners think is changing.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yes.
What are resource planners? They are people, right?
Yes.
What do they do?
How to build to make the water, fresh water, get the fresh water.
They plan.
They plan.
So the way these people who plan are thinking is changing. All right, we go back. Scientists, yes or no? What are resource planners?
We still don't know yet.
Resource planners are people who plan, right?
Yeah, it's not scientists.
Planners are scientists. Resource planners, people who plan, they are scientists.
Scientists.
And change, revision
Policy.
policy, change. Does it make sense? So here we have resource planners, change, change, revision, resource planner, scientist. So we don't need to read any further because you've got everything here.
Oh,
Again, resource people are
science.
resource planners.
Okay.
All right, are people, are planners,
Mhm,
scientists.
mhm,
Change and revision is the same.
mm.
So you've got the answer right from the first one here. What's the main sentence in F saying? What's the main idea?
In F or E?
In F, we did E, right?
Okay, in F. Listen.
So F is saying demand for water is not rising, right?
Yes.
Demand for water is not rising. It doesn't talk about scientists. Which one is the right one? Demand for water is not rising.
Surprising downward trend.
Yes, so demand for water is not rising. It's pretty much the same thing. Demand for water, downward trend is not rising. Okay?
Mm.
Does it make sense, guys?
Yes.
All right. And then we carry on. In G, this is a reference word. Reference words are extremely useful. You need to use these words in your writing, in your IELTS writing. They glue sentences and paragraphs together. So reference word replace ideas or words. When you see a reference word used in the first sentence of the body paragraph, this means that the first sentence goes back to the main idea of the previous paragraph. So what was the main idea of the previous paragraph?
Demand water.
Demand for water not rising, right?
Rising.
So this sentence reads, what explains the fact that demand for water is not rising? Does it make sense, guys? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes or no? Do you want me to repeat?
Can you
Can
please
you
repeat
repeat?
again? Yeah.
All right. This is a reference word. Is
Mhm.
that clear?
Yes.
Reference words replace ideas or replace nouns. When you see a reference word in the first sentence, like in this case, the reference word replaces the idea that was the main idea in the previous body, in the previous paragraph. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Clear.
Clear. Yes.
So this replaces the main idea here.
Yeah.
What was the main idea of this body paragraph?
Demand
Here.
for water is
The
not
demand
rising.
of water is not rising.
So this
Downward trend.
sentence reads, what explains the fact that the demand for water is not rising? Do you understand it now?
Mm.
So this sentence here, instead of this, we have this idea. What explains the demand for water not rising? So what is the right heading here? So again, the question was asking what explains the demand for water not rising?
An explanation for reduce.
Yes. What explains explanation reduced water demand for water not rising? Does it make sense, guys?
Yes.
What explains demand for water not rising? So we've got everything here. And the very last one.
Oh,
Got it?
got it. The explain of this
I
remark.
like this moment, because when we have these moments, that's when learning takes place. So these moments are very important in learning. All right, in F, what's the main idea?
H, on the other hand.
Other kinds of infrastructures.
Infrastructure will be built, right?
Mhm.
Infrastructure will be built. That's the main idea. Let's go back to headings. Scientists? No.
No.
Infrastructure will be built. Reduce water? No. Irrigation system fall into this
No.
use? No.
No.
Again, if you're not sure, go back to the sentence. The sentence says infrastructure will be built. Environment?
No.
Financial cost?
No.
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 Health? No. Increase in
No.
population? No.
No.
Downward trend? No.
No.
Again, infrastructure will be built.
No.
Keep this, keep it in front of you. Need to raise standards?
No.
Yes.
Where
Need
is
to
need
raise
to raise standards? Infrastructure will be built.
No, because need to.
No.
No. Then we go back. We need to read the second sentence. What is this?
Must be built higher signification.
What does higher specification means?
Money, they need money.
Higher specification. Higher specification is higher standard.
Quality.
Standards.
Higher specification, higher standards. And another thing very, very important with all the IELTS exercises, not only this, not only headings, but all the IELTS exercises is grammar. Grammar can help you a lot. IELTS uses the same grammar in the text and in the exercise. Here, IELTS is using must, right?
Yeah.
What is must? Must is a model,
Have
like
to.
may, can, and so on, right?
Mhm.
And IELTS uses exactly the same. Here, IELTS is using need.
To raise standards.
So need
Need.
is the model.
Ah.
So when whatever type of exercise you complete in reading, try to understand the grammar, because the grammar will help you a lot. All right, guys, a summary of the things. Number one, read the sentences one by one. Never read two sentences together, not only with headings, but with all the type of exercises. Never read two sentences together in IELTS. That's too much. Just read one sentence. Don't read the whole paragraph. That is like, no. You
Mm.
don't need to know every single word there. You just need the answer. And don't give the answer unless you have a reason for that. Sometimes the answer is in sentence 1, some other times in sentence 2. It can be in sentence 3. The most important, only give the answer when you find ancient history, higher standards, higher specification, and so on. Yeah, any questions before we conclude this class, guys?
Is it the same way with question like multiple choice?
No,
And
it's a
true
bit
or not
different.
false?
No, it's a bit different. So headings are a bit particular. There are other strategies for multiple choice. Multiple choice is a good idea to start with the question, actually. But whatever you do, don't read more than maximum 3 sentences per each question.
Oh.
Never read more than 3 sentences,
Mhm.
and read those sentences one by one. And simplify the meaning. Don't read to understand every single thing. If you have new words, ignore new words. you can easily get the answer, even
Mm.
though there will be new words. All right, I am quickly displaying the answers of the exercise that you completed at the very beginning of this class. If you want, you can take a picture of something. And I strongly suggest that you go back and you complete the same exercise following the strategies that we saw together.
And I want to ask you, what are the prices for the course, like whole IELTS course?
We offer online and in person. Which one are you talking about? Online or in person?
Online.
The online is 360 a month. And depending on your
Online.
needs, there are students who stay with us for 1 month and they achieve the band score that they need. And there are
Okay.
others who stay with us for 2 months.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right, guys. Then thank you very much for being with me today. I wish you all the best and best of luck in IELTS.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Have a
Yeah.
nice day. Thank you.
You too.
Have a
Take
nice
care.
day.
Have a
Bye.
nice day.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye.